this is the craziest drive I've ever done. We are at the overlook of Waipio Valley, one of the most beautiful places in Hawaii, Big Island.
We came here last time and we actually did a horseback riding tour at the bottom, and there are wild horses down there, which is really cool to see. Getting down there is a little tricky because it is a really narrow, really steep road.
Yeah, and when we did the horseback riding tour we had a ride, and this time I'm driving it, so it's a little bit crazy. So we're about to experience one side of it we did not last time. There are many series of valleys going that way, and that's a national park. This is just the first one that is accessible. If you're hardcore, you can hike it, and there are trails going up this huge ridge, and you can keep descending into valleys that at that point are completely exclusive. Just make sure you watch for tsunamis, because these valleys flood if anything hits, and in fact it has wiped out this valley before in a flood.
So right now we're at the Waipio Valley overlook, but there's actually a trail down here called the Mulawai Trail. And it's a really long trail. It actually starts at the beginning, or at the bottom of the valley, but it begins with a 1,200-foot ascent in less than a mile with lots of switchbacks. And it goes through 12 smaller gulches on a 5-mile course. So in total, it's about 15 miles round trip. Or if you start your hike from up here, then it's a 19-mile round trip. So a really long, challenging hike, if that's the kind of thing you're looking to do here. And as you can see, there are also a lot of emergency helipads in case you have an accident. So that just shows you how limited it is to get help if you ever get hurt or stranded down there. So you want to be really careful about that. So this is part of the road that you can either hire a van through a tour to bring you down here, or if you have a 4-wheel drive vehicle, you can drive it down, or you can hike down.
This is the craziest drive I've ever done.
Crazier than Road to Hana?
Yeah, this is way crazier. Road to Hana is easy. This is not easy. Totally one vehicle only. And you have to backtrack to them. I hope I don't have to. Whoever's going down yields. That's the rule. Down to the beach that we saw from the top. It was not an easy drive, but the Jeep really made it easy to handle. I am very impressed. I did use the 4-wheel drive in low setting so that I don't speed up down the hill and burn out the the brake, even though I believe these things brakes are really good and it's brand new, so it doesn't matter very much. Mission accomplished so far. It still has to be the other way too to call it a total success, but we're here. Here we go, our awesome Jeep on the edge.
I remember last time we were here, I actually have a shot of a gray Jeep, and it was parked somewhere around here, and I remember looking at that and being like, we're coming back and we're getting a Jeep. We're bringing it right here so we can do exactly this, and we did it.
We stick to our commitments, even though if they're only in our head.
That's right. You have to have a goal. So this is the kind of terrain that we're driving on down here. A lot of big rocks, and sand. But yeah, I mean, this is the vehicle for it. And this is one of the reasons why you get a four-wheel drive when you're on the Big Island in particular. And interestingly enough, like this trip, we actually were not able to use our four-wheel drive in a lot of cases because, you know, people usually use it to go up to Mauna Kea. We couldn't do that. And then Volcano National Park, a lot of those attractions also were closed. Oh, and the Green Sand Beach was closed too. So this is really one of the only places where we've really been able to use this Jeep to its full capabilities. This is one of the reasons why we really made a push to make this a destination so that we could actually use our four-wheel drive. Yeah, that's the shot.
Fun. It's kind of slow and technical, kind of like actual climbing. You have to find your path.
From the beach, there is actually another road where you can keep going further down the valley, past a lot of private property, so you do have to be mindful of that. And it looks like, you know, there is a big waterfall, and there was a trail, but there's a pretty old sign here that says it's closed. Don't come to do that trail, but the road keeps going.
We're going to do it.
All right.
Yeah, you should film it.
So we weren't going to do it, but it looks like we are going to do it. I don't know what the name of this tree is, but we had a tree similar to this back at home, and my brother and I used to actually make little boats out of it. I did this because I didn't think we were going to cross the river, so I wanted some kind of piece of action, but it looks like we're going to cross it. So, float, my boat. Float away.
uphill now and we have the right of passage, so if someone comes against us they should be backing out. That's according to the sign, and so, and I'm sticking to it. So I'm not backing down.
Kind of a shame with this hyper smooth, you don't get a sense of how
turn it off.
Actually is.
Turn it off.
No.
us into a paved parking lot near a park, much more civilized than we just were. But that was among the coolest driving experience I've ever had.
That was fun. It was bumpy, so you have to be okay with that. It is bumpy, it's a little scary at times, but totally worth it. A lot of other Jeeps doing it too, so it's not, the worst experience. We saw a Gladiator coming down at the end, which was pretty awesome. But yeah, great experience. And you can always do it by tour or you can do it on foot, but this is for sure a really, really, probably the funnest way to do it.
Yeah, I think it's the most fun, and I never felt uncertain at all. It was great. This Jeep is so good.